It was a raccoon.
Goddamn raccoons in our neighborhood are driving me nuts. I hardly slept at all last night because they're freaking the shit out of my dog. I have a little puppy, a Boston Terrier. Adorable little shit. She gets scared, though. I have a bigger dog, a black lab, that is just solid as can be, with the exception of he gets freaked out by flies. Other than that, strong mentally and physically, right? But the Boston Terrier freaks the fuck out. Juliet, okay? And I just got confirmation the other day from a police officer that lives on in our neighborhood that there's a family of raccoons, and they love our little area because there's gardens, and our neighbors have peach trees, as well as I think there's another type. I want to say 3 or 4 peach trees within, like, say 5 houses, not ours, but we get them. They drop into our backyard. Anyway, the fucking raccoons are driving me nuts. They're in the backyard at night, running around on the fence, doing raccoon stuff, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know, causing mischief, eating peaches, going through people's gardens, stealing shit, and scaring the crap out of not just my dogs, but the neighborhood dogs. And it is so freaking annoying. And this confirms my wife's theory from a couple weeks ago. We have a doggy door in the backyard, and she thought it was our puppy at first, like tapping the thing to get in the house, the flap for the doggy door. But she pulled up the camera and she realized our puppy, because we have I have cameras everywhere on our house. I love cameras. They're so fun. They're addicting. You get some good prices on cameras. It's hard not to just buy them. But anyway, we have a camera outside and a camera inside. And the inside one was towards where the doggy door is. And there's Juliet with her head cocked looking at the doggy door. Because apparently the do detective work, okay? Hold on, where's my Law and Order theme? Law and Order, where are you? Hold on, it will make sense. Let's see, let's do some investigating. It appears that the raccoon was sitting on outside the door, playing with the door flap, almost getting in the house. Fuck. Special, what is this? Law and Order Raccoons unit. That's where we're at right now. But anyway, they're freaking the shit out of my dog and the neighborhood dogs in the middle of the night. I get woken up at like 1 o'clock this morning because my dog's freaking out. I have to go downstairs and be like, shut up, little one. Shut the fuck up. Then you hear some rustling around in the backyard. What do I do, guys? I don't know what to do with raccoons. I got to tweet this out. We have a raccoon problem in the neighborhood. What do I do? Because if you guys have ideas, let me know. I don't think this is a animal control issue, is it? Hold on. I should do this from not the DeHuff Uncensored one. Let's just do this from my @DeHuff on Twitter. By the way, guys, I use Twitter most of the time for reaction like this because for whatever reason, everybody on Twitter tends to respond back fairly quickly. Whereas if I put this on Facebook, people would be like, why am I saying this? What's going on? Charlie, look at this. Why am I saying something about a raccoon? Let's see. We have a raccoon. Oops, 2 O's. Problem. What do I do? We have a raccoon problem. What do I do? Okay, let's see what people say about that. I want to know. See if anybody responds to this by the end of the show. Hopefully, fingers crossed that that's going to be the thing. But it's so fucking irritating. I'm exhausted. I didn't know if I was going to do a show today. That's how little sleep I got last night. And I was just like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And the night before, I hardly got any sleep too because of stupid raccoons. Do I have to sit outside? I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if this was in the country, I know what I would be doing. That's what I'd be doing. Like, come here, raccoons. Come here. Who wants a sandwich? Right? That's what would happen. Oh, DeHuff, that's so wrong. You can't do that. Fuck you. I'm the one with a little sleep. See what happens if it happens to you. Right? How are you going to react? Be like, goddamn fucking raccoons. I have a BB gun, but I don't think that's going to do anything. I don't want to be the guy that's shooting a BB gun, especially at night. Next thing I know, I miss. It hits somebody's window. I don't want to be that guy. Or hit an animal that I don't dislike type of thing. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. My wife's going to come back from her work trip tomorrow, and the last thing I need is having a dead raccoon in the backyard. I don't need that. I already have stuff to worry about with her coming back home. It's going to be like, oh shit, guys, let's make sure the house is super clean. make it look as good as before she left, right? Isn't that what you always do when your spouse is out of town? When they come back, you always try to let's clean up real quick so they don't have to walk into this, chaos. I will say this though, it doesn't look that bad in our that bad. It's mostly my daughter's room that is a tornado, target. For whatever freaking reason, as of late, she's just like, it's fine. I'll just throw shit on the floor. Not literal shit. It's her clothes. Let's get that straightened out. Don't need anybody going, oh my God, what? What kind of parent are you, you son of a bitch? No, it's clothes. Jesus. Who's listening to this? Old people, am I right? Am I right? I didn't even post the video yesterday. I realized that late last night at about say 10:30. I'm like, I was so out of it. I was so busy yesterday too that I was like, I didn't even edit my video. I just did the audio version of this show. So yeah, about that. Weird. It's weird, wild stuff. Hey, Ed, guess what? Hi-yo! Okay. I did not post the video yesterday. How about that? That's weird, wild stuff. Hi-yo! There you go. I haven't done Johnny Carson DeHuff in forever. I used to do that joking around with Sandy Clough back in the day when I produced his show / co-hosted his show. It was a lot of fun. If anybody's seen Sandy, let me know. Let me know that he's okay. I have not talked to him in a bit. Left him a couple voicemails, and it's technology, so who knows if he even knows how to check his voicemail. As brilliant as a man as he is. But if you guys have seen him, let me know. Just you don't have to give me full details. Just be like, yeah, he's good. He's good. That's all I want to know. DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com. Guys, make sure you hit the follow button or subscribe button. Wherever you're watching this or listening to this, make sure you do that. If you can interact with the show, that's great. I know Carl the other day just wrote all balls. I'm fine with that. That's okay. That's fine. It helps distribute. As weird as that is, just saying something like that or even leaving an emoji, that helps distribute the show to other people and makes the show grow. And I appreciate that. Now, I will say this. I was a little irritated yesterday. The oversaturation of podcasts is ridiculous. And the podcasts have become what we used to despise in the late 90s to today on radio. Shock jocks. That's what podcasts are now, is the new version of shock jocks. How can I shock people into listening? How's that? What are we going to do? So I figure, I've just thought of this right now, guys. I figure, as I unzip my clothes, I figure the best way to join the shock jock genre of podcasts that are oversaturating. Yes, I've been doing this for 4 years now, 4.5 years doing this show. Been very successful, but I guess if I want to take it to the next level, I got to take off my clothes. So there we go. Whew. Guys, I'm literally doing this show with my shirt off. And for all the people watching this, you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know how long I can do this. My nipples are already cold and starting to get hard. They're starting to get hard. But I realize as I'm looking back into the camera, I am very hairy. I'm very hairy. So I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to see how long I can do this. And listen, it works for Bert Kreischer, right? You know, the machine. That guy, huh? He made a whole career off of doing good jokes, but just, hey, you know what? Let's make them pop. Let's make them pop. Let's take off my shirt. Show off the bod. Show off the goods. Okay? So I'm doing this. This is all spontaneous. I did not plan this. And I'm keeping the pants on unless I get enough requests. Hold on. I got to tweet. Hold on. I'm going to tweet this out. Doing the show now with my shirt off. Doing the show right now with my shirt off. ... Pure sex. Let's see if anybody responds to that one. Probably a lot of people vomiting right now inside their mouths, and that's okay. That's normal. That's a natural reaction to this moment, to this visual scene, whether you're seeing it with your own eyes via video or if you're imagining this. You're either vomiting or you're searching for the lubricant. I don't know. One or the other, okay, guys? Now, every time I raise my arms, I'm going to try to, flex my muscle, be like, do you know where the gym's at? I thought it was over here type of thing. I just tried to flex over there, and it did not work. Did not work. God dang it. I need to up my masturbation game. My arms are not looking that good right now. Anyway, guys, it's that kind of show. Let's have some fun. Here's what's funny, real quick, side note. I told you I have a lot of security cameras. I have a security camera in the basement. One, it covers the windows in the basement in case anybody broke in through the basement. But it's also pointed directly at me on the studio. And what's funny is, like I told you, my wife's on a work trip. Sometimes she says she likes to drop in on that particular camera and just kind of eavesdrop on the show and see how it's going. So now, soak it up, honey. This is what you're missing. Woohoo! Ha! Ha! Yes. So distracting. Well, she might never come back. I just say it. She's like, I thought I escaped it. Now my eyes, they burning. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, let's cut the nonsense, guys. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's jump into headlines.
Let's go! Let's go! And now, here are the headlines.
Yeah, good stuff. Holiday Inn Express adds scent-based alarm clocks to their rooms. This is cool. This is a great idea. I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner. I like this idea. I would love to have a scented alarm clock. All Holiday Inn Express hotels across Australia and New Zealand, as well as participating hotels in Singapore, Thailand, and Japan, will offer patrons the chance to trial the new experience. I would jump on that if I'm one of those people. Coffee, bacon, and blueberry muffin will be in Australia and New Zealand, as well as nashi pear in Japan. That sounds like that would be good. And mango in Singapore and Thailand. Oh my God, I like all those scents. The best smell that I would like to wake up to would be like freshly baked cinnamon rolls. Oh my gosh. We did that when my son had one of his buddies sleep over, and we made cinnamon rolls for breakfast along with like some bacon and whatever. But cinnamon rolls just rips through the house with such a beautiful scent. Also bacon. Oh, here's what's funny though. When we visited Australia like a billion years ago, my wife ordered, we were on some road trip through Australia, and my wife ordered a BLT. Sorry, I started laughing because I saw myself with my shirt off again. It's like, ooh, hello there. Ah. Anyway, she ordered a BLT at this Subway, and they basically heated it up in the microwave for about 10 seconds. So it's like floppy, warm meat. They put it on there, and my wife's like, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Can you crisp it up? And they look at her, and they're like, okay. Sorry, Miss American Snob. I'll put it back in the microwave. And then they put it in there for another, like, maybe 20 seconds. It hardly crisps up at all. Still super floppy. Then my brother, who lives in Australia, comes over and he's like, actually, can you try to burn it? Do your best to burn it. And they called a manager over, and they're like, they're fucking Americans. They're fucking bizarre. And so they try it, and still, it was disgusting. They couldn't even do it. They couldn't figure it out. They're like, this is an abomination. So it's weird that they have bacon as a smell in Australia. So bizarre. But here's what's funny though. If I'm wanting to wake up because of an alarm, and I want it to get me out of bed quick, I'm not going to want to go with cinnamon rolls and bacon. That's not going to make me jump out of bed. That's going to wake me up, but it's going to put me in a good mood, and that's something for the weekend, right? If I want to wake up quickly to a smell on, say, a work day, I'm going to have to go with dog shit, right? You smell dog shit, you wake up, and you're like, oh, God damn it. Who pooped? Who pooped, right? That's what you're going to go towards. Or if you go the other direction, and best alarm sound to get you out of bed, and I'm sure people have made plenty of jokes about this prior, and they should have this. If they don't, somebody's missing out. The sound of an animal puking will make you jump out of bed so freaking quickly. You don't even have to have a cat or a dog. But if all of a sudden you hear like that, you're going to jump out of bed and be like, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's time to go to work. Okay, I'm good. Kids, get ready for school. And there you can hear the puking sound coming out of their room. You're telling me you're not going to jump out of bed for that? Absolutely you will. That is the worst. Worst. Oh, I've had dogs and cats my whole life. And there's been times where we didn't have one or the other, but we have always had an animal in our homes. And it always seems like, especially cats, if you don't brush them all the time, they're going to have those hairballs. And it's never at a moment, it doesn't seem like they do it during the day. It's always at night when you're asleep. I had a cat once that was hawking up a hairball as she sat next to me in the middle of the bed, right? She's like, Dad, are you asleep? Oh my God, what the fuck? Whoa. I love that cat though. She was cute. Taco Bell Cantina. We talked about this not too long ago when Taco Bell came out and said that they're going to open these restaurants. It's a different design of their Taco Bell restaurants. It'll be an altered menu. Plus, they're going to have alcohol served at these cantinas. There's a few open already, but here in Denver, they're going to have 2 locations that are going to open sometime in early 2026, so just right around the corner. One's going to be in Denver, like in the city of Denver. The other one's going to be located at Denver International Airport, so DIA, and it's going to be crazy. But then I started thinking, it's a cool idea. I like it. It's Taco Bell for grown-ups, however you want to look at that. So basically, you can eat bean burritos, get hammered on their booze, because I'm sure they're going to have like Mexican-themed mixed drinks. I hope they have like a margarita. If they don't have a margarita, isn't that like blasphemy? They should have that. But anyway, so then imagine you're at DIA waiting for your flight. You eat a bunch of bean burritos. You get liquored up, and then you get on your flight, And then the flight, the whole time you're fearful that you're going to puke your guts out from drinking all the booze. Then you're also concerned that you're going to shit yourself from all the bean burritos. Sounds like a fun idea, guys. Sounds so great. Cannot wait for Taco Bell Cantina to open up at DIA. It's ridiculous. Little status update. My nipples have gone soft. Okay, so that's good. They're adapting to its surroundings. Okay. Almost showed everybody. Okay. I don't want to get censored again on Facebook. Jeez. Ugh. Speaking of flights, Ryanair, is it Ryanair or Ryanair? Whatever airlines. A flight from Milan to London was diverted to France after 2 passengers began acting strangely. The New York Post reported this. Me no words. Anyway, one person started eating his passport. That's what happened, guys. Somebody started eating their passport while the other attempted to flush theirs down the toilet. Fellow passengers described it as the most terrifying 15 minutes of their life because they just took off, and then somebody's like, I'm going to start eating my passport. I'm going to go flush mine down the toilet. A traveler revealed that one of the men tore out pages of his passport and proceeded to eat them. Other passengers on the flight freaked out. The other man moved to the other end of the aircraft to flush his passport down the toilet. Hey, guys. Don't know what you did, but guess what? That's what we call suspicious, okay? If you're going to start eating your passport, which I don't recommend, for whatever reason you're doing it, maybe do it a little bit more casually. Slightly rip, put your head towards the window, right? You know what I'm saying? And then if you're the other guy, don't run to the bathroom. I mean, how does anybody know that he's trying to flush it down the toilet? Dude didn't even close the door as far as I can tell. What the fuck? It's going to be interesting when they update this story to figure out what the hell were these guys trying to hide. What? You got on the plane? That's so bizarre. So bizarre. Very curious to see how that if you guys see an update on this, you got to let me know. DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com or send it to me via direct message or on my timeline at DeHuff Podcast. That's so freaking weird. And again, this is what I was explaining to my son. I was like, I know when you're lying to me, okay? He said, no, you don't. I was like, yes, I do. And he doesn't realize it, but when people make too much eye contact or, they don't, like, he'll, give too much eye contact that tells me that he's really trying to watch my expression, figure out if I figured it whatever out. And then the other thing is he won't make eye contact, and then I can look at his mouth, and his mouth kind of twitches to a smirk. He doesn't know these things, but it's all body language. And these idiots are just trying to hide something, and by trying to hide something, they're making it very obvious that they did something wrong. The hell? Ugh, people are dumb. I feel like I should be on this. This will end up being on some what are those? Not like Psych. I love that show Psych. If you've never seen the show Psych on USA Network, hilarious show. Sean Spencer and oh God, I can't remember his name. Guster. Oh, I have 2 bobbleheads of them behind me. They're a great show. Anyway, it'll be on that where they're trying to investigate what were these guys trying to hide. Well, one guy tried to eat his passport. The other one tried to flush it down the toilet. Imagine being like the people that tried to restrain him. Like, don't you dare shove it down the toilet. It's like, I gotta get rid of it. Oh, good times. CSI. This is like a CSI show or Law and Order. Law and Order Special Flight Edition. Anyway, guys, let's jump into sports.
He's walked the hallowed grounds of Folsom Field, Coors Field, and Mile High Stadium.
He runs to the 50. He runs to the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
It's time for Sports with DeHuff.
Well, the Denver Broncos are in Philadelphia this weekend to take on the Eagles.
E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Yeah, something like that. I wonder if the mayor's going to be there and lead the chant. If she doesn't embrace that she fucked up and doesn't know how to spell Eagles, then she's just really missing out. And if I was her, I'd wear a shirt with the misspellings on it just to fuck with people.
E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Like, wow, she totally fucking butchered that. But just goes to show you, just because you're in politics doesn't mean you're smart. It doesn't mean it. We all know this. Looking at this game, guys, real quick, Broncos actually make this a close game. Okay. I know the Eagles are undefeated. That's a little intimidating. It is. But the Broncos defense is going to keep them in this game. Take it to the bank. Right? Okay. Denver needs to get the run game going in order for this to go in the Broncos' favor. So I'm leaning towards the Denver Broncos shocking the world. So, Cowboy, what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Who needs to be all balls in this game? Well, Scotty, I think what needs to happen, it's going to be J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey's show. If they can get rolling, just like you said, they're going to be all balls, and those Philadelphia defenders are going to be like, oh, my God, what the hell? We only got itty-bitty balls. They got such big balls. What's we going to do? Well, what's going to happen is the Broncos are going to run right over them, and then Bosif Tiberius Nix is going to run and throw. I don't know why I said that. I fucked it up just a little bit, just a smidge. But Bosif Tiberius Nix is going to go in there slinging that ball all over the place. As long as fellas like Troy Franklin can catch the goddamn ball when it touches his fucking hands, the Denver Broncos should come out of this and shock the world with their ginormous balls, and everybody's going to look at this game on Sunday night and go, oh, my God, that game earlier between the Broncos and the Eagles, the Broncos are all balls. And the Eagles, nah, they ain't all balls, I'll tell you that much. I got the Broncos too, Scotty. I'm leaning on this one. Heavy lean, Broncos over the Eagles. Wow. Whoa. We said it. I think the Broncos, oh, God, the more I think about it, the Eagles are looking at this as it's just another team. We're undefeated. I think the Broncos go in there and punch the Eagles in the mouth. That's what's going to happen. I know everybody's going to go, well, it's the Eagles, guys. They're, reigning Super Bowl champions. They're undefeated. Yeah. I believe in the Broncos. And they're riding high after beating the snot out of the banged-up Bengals. They're feeling good. They got that momentum heading into Philly. Eagles, in my mind, they're looking past this game. I got the Broncos with a throat punch to the Eagles winning. Broncos win. I got to change my pick 'em because initially I had the Broncos losing this one, but the more I think about it, more the words fall out of my mouth. I got the Broncos beating Philly. Woo! Oh, my God. Good thing I'm not wearing a shirt, guys. I have a brush around here, a little comb. I wonder if I can comb my chest hair real quick. This is a good side note. Where is it? Where's that little rascal? Oh, there we go. Also good for my beard. Yes. And, yeah. All right, look at that. I can comb I'm combing my back hair. Look at that. That's fun. Wow. If the ladies aren't just melting right now, I don't know what is wrong with them, okay? They can't be fixed. Fellas, if you're into dudes, You got to let me know. Is this exciting? Okay. I'm combing my chest hair and my back hair. Okay. Sex. If there was a sex meter on this show, I would imagine it would break because it can't handle it. Okay. Just explosion of just pure sex. Hold on. Oh, somebody responded in regard. Oh, now my computer's freezing up. Somebody responded on Twitter in regards to the raccoon problem. He said, put heavy bricks on or on. Okay, people, read what you write before you. It said, put heavy bricks on top of your trash cans. Raccoons are bad in the Thornton area right now. Okay, that's great, and I would do that. They're getting it. They're not even. They're not in the trash cans. Gardens and peach trees. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good idea, though. If they were getting into the trash cans, which maybe they are, and I don't realize it, those are on the side of the house. But I don't know what to do the other way. I mean, and yeah, David lives in Thornton too, where I live. So, David, do you stalk me? Is that how you know I live in Thornton? Is it the millions of times I've said I've lived in Thornton, or do you stalk me? Either way. If I see somebody driving by slowly and next to my house, and then all of a sudden I hear him go, "My shirt's off too, DeHuff." Then I'll be like, "Hey, David, what's up? Hi. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I mean, like I said, if I'm in the country, they're not going to be bothering us very much longer. But I live in the city, in the suburbs, actually. So you can't do that type of stuff here. You could probably get somebody to trap them and take them away, but I don't want. Listen, I got to be honest. I don't want to fucking pay for that shit. David, I appreciate you responding. That's pretty cool. Nobody responded to I imagine people are still vomiting in their mouth over the idea of me not wearing a shirt while doing the show. I'm guessing that's what's happening now. A lot of vomit, a lot of, questioning. Maybe people have run to their office gym, and if they have a shower in there, they're probably taking a cold shower with their clothes on and rocking back and forth in the back of the shower and going, "Why did I see that in my mind? What is happening? What is going on? Make the bad man stop." Yeah, that's how I envision you guys consuming this show today. You're welcome. I do realize I need to work out my shoulders a lot, my arms, well, pretty much my whole body. But as I'm looking in there, I need to do some more stretches as I'm almost knocking everything over as I'm doing, shoulder circles. Anyway, you're welcome. Guys, this microphone's hot. Woo! Whoa! Wowie wow. But anyway, the reason I can't remember if I brought this up, why I took my shirt off. The shock jock of people on podcasts is ridiculous. And really, I don't remember if I said this part. That I was flipping through social media, and there was some guy that, like, you watch even the highlight that they put together, but obviously they're paying to promote it, and it's being distributed everywhere, which I need to start doing that. They had like a OnlyFans model on there, and they're like, do you want to show me your tits? Huh? He had this like real thick accent, and I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? This is what I go up against, is people just be like, "Hey, you want to jerk me off under the table? Hey, yeah. All right, yeah. Look at the tits, guys. You know what I'm saying?" Like, is that There's like no thought into the show, and that drives me absolutely bonkers. Listen now, I think you're just peanut butter and jealous there, Scotty. You know, if I could do a podcast, maybe I should start doing a podcast called A Slick Minute with Connery DeHuff or Pocket Pushy with Connery DeHuff. Or that's maybe the sponsor. Either way, I'll get on some OnlyFans ladies and we'll talk about it, and it'll quickly go to show me your titties. Right? How about that? Guess who my first guest is going to be? Connery, don't you dare say it. It's going to be your mother. Okay, Connery, fuck you. Fuck you. Okay? Real quick, guys, you know what we need to do? Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This one comes in from Seth. Seth says, who wins the World Series, DeHuff? Dude, we're just now in the, beginning stages of the divisional series, but Seth, I would like to see Seattle or Milwaukee. Those two could end up in the World Series facing each other. If that ends up happening, I feel like that would give me some sort of credibility, make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. I like those two teams. Okay? They tend to be overlooked. You got Dodgers, you got Phillies, you got Yankees, you got, I don't even know if the Red Sox are in it, but it doesn't matter. But the point is, you have all these other big name teams that tend to steal the headlines. I would like to see a team like Seattle go in there and at the very least make it to the World Series. Fuck, the Colorado Rockies made it to the World Series. I don't believe the Mariners have. I would also like to see Milwaukee, the Brewers. They're just a legit, hard, gritty team that I would like to see there. And I think that would be great for both fan bases if somehow those two teams could meet up in the World Series. If I were going to say who wins, I'd go with Milwaukee, but I would like to see the Mariners just because way back in the day, I was a fan of Ken Griffey Jr. when he played for the Seattle Mariners, and I kind of favored – back then we didn't have a team here in Colorado, so I just chose the Mariners, and I just liked the way – I just liked them back then, and they're a special part of my heart, okay? Special part of my heart. Now, that being said, the World Series doesn't officially start until October 24th, so there's a lot of games that have to be played between now and then. So we'll see. But if I were to put some money on it, which I'm not going to, but if I were, why not say Seattle taking on Milwaukee, with Milwaukee being the victors in the World Series? There you go. Thank you so much, Seth. If you guys want to be like Seth, you can always interact and send me a direct message on social media at DeHuff Podcast, or you can get me on email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, have a good day, right? Don't be a dick today. If you get on an airline, don't try to eat your passport, especially if you're trying to cover something up. It's a bad look. Bad look. People are going to be like, I wonder if he's trying to hide something. Also, don't be afraid to take your shirt off today. Ladies, I'm talking to you specifically. It's okay. Free the nipple. I did. And it feels good. And as I looked, guys, guess what? Nipples are hard again. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And if you hear something puking in the middle of the night, get out of your bed. And also, let me know what to do about the fucking raccoons. If you got a raccoon trap, let me know. Okay? Nobody has to know that we officially do it unless it's legal to trap them and get rid of them. But fuck, those things are annoying. I would like to sleep through the night. And I would like my dog not to freak out in the middle of the night because she's like, there's a raccoon at the door! There's a raccoon at the door! Daddy, help me! Help me! A raccoon! He's trying to get in! Well, bark at it, dummy! Get it away! Anyway, thanks for supporting the show. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Leave a review, whatever. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll take off my clothes again, maybe. I don't know. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.